Hello, strong marriage.
Hey, strong marriage. I'm always on
Hey.
my phone when we start.
Hey.
Hey.
OBO.
Really? I'm
That's,
on what's happening, and
that's
you
what I
with
heard.
Kendrick
I
Lamar.
just heard OBO. Oh my goodness.
Not like us. Not
Yeah,
like
they're
us.
not like us. So we're going to help you get like
Because
us.
we're strong and healthy marriage. And I'm gonna put this way. Yeah.
All right. It is 1 minute
Look at your face.
till 1 p.m.
Yes.
Pacific.
1 minute till.
And we're ready to go. Y'all
No,
see my t-shirt today?
no, I have an Android. My Android probably go up there and do pretty well. I think so.
All right.
I got 1 minute. Don't look at me.
Oh, no.
Don't judge me.
It's,
Don't judge me.
you're so funny.
Don't look at me.
Oh my
I think
goodness.
I cut it off too.
Oh, he cut it off. He cut it off. All righty. Welcome to Strong Marriage.
I am here. I'm here.
Nope.
I am here. There we are. I am here.
There we go.
Look at me.
I am he.
I am we.
I am he.
Whoop.
Come on, sit right
Hey,
there.
we got the Pastor James with all the stuff at the top.
Yes.
I'm going to edit that.
That's okay. All righty. So
Hey,
I am Coach Tenisha, and
I'm Coach Chris.
we're here together to help you have a strong marriage.
Strong marriage.
So thank you for joining us today. It is 4 days before my birthday.
4 days before my birthday, because we both celebrate her birthday. We both get gifts for her birthday.
Yes.
Yes, we all both
Yes.
use the same card to pay for her gifts for the birthday.
So it is July the 6th, 2024, and today
Yes.
we're going to be talking about how to keep from viewing your spouse as the enemy.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yes.
That is a good one.
We always talk here in Strong Marriage about being on the same team,
The team.
having a team mentality.
Team mentality.
Everything is we.
Us.
So this
Not
is,
like us.
they're not like us.
See, dead relationships.
So we're helping you to get out of this trap of seeing your spouse as the enemy, particularly when you have a disagreement, get into an argument, all that good stuff. When you get mad at each other.
Resentful, spiteful.
Yes.
That
bitterness. All that stuff. We want to get you out of that trap. So that's what we're talking about today.
Yes.
So get out your pencils and your paper. Picture pages.
Picture pages.
Okay.
Picture pages. Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid. So.
Oh, that's terrible.
Seeing a spouse as an adversary can be detrimental. Say it with me.
Detrimental
to your relationship.
Yes.
It's like, remember that song "Killing Me Softly," whether you like it by Roberta Flack or I'll Be Sure.
It was Roberta Flack.
But I'll Be Sure sings it too.
Yeah, you're right.
He does it really good.
For those younger than 40 years old, I'll Be Sure was a singer.
Wow.
That was in the. What do you mean?
Wow.
Like they're gonna know who I'll Be Sure is. Like they don't know who Roberta Flack is.
That's true. Well, anyway, we're gonna keep going.
Yes.
So we're gonna give you some strategies today to avoid falling into this trap of viewing your spouse as the enemy. Your galaxy just said nope, we're not doing it.
Oh, Galaxy.
Just said,
Galaxy went by.
Just said nope.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Steve Jobs' fault. Don't worry.
Of course, what is our favorite? Effective communication. I mean, effective communication. If you have this on lockdown, then you are going to be able to get yourself out of all kinds of situations and trouble and this and that. So, no, I still need my glasses, y'all.
You do need your glasses.
I need my glasses. All right. So effective communication. We talk about that a lot. You can go into the Strong Marriage group and just type in communication. There is post after post, article after article, blog after blog of information about effective communication. I wrote a book called Marriage 101, The Basics of Sexy. And in this book, there's a chapter about effective communication, how you do it step by step. So I will place the link to the book in the comments if you would like to have some details on exactly what we mean when we talk about effective communication, which is actively listening.
Yes.
So that you can understand your spouse.
Yes.
And speaking strategically so that your message is clear and concise and has everything in it in a nutshell in order for your partner to be able to digest it. And we have all kinds of tools to help you to do that. The sandwich method,
fishbowl
method, the marbles method, and use those methods to determine when is the best time to have a deep, meaningful conversation. If your partner has the emotional capacity at that moment to discuss those things. And then once you get that time set down, getting your mind right, both of you understanding the boundaries in which you're going to have a conversation. Yeah. So all that good stuff is effective communication.
Now, here's one for you.
Yes.
What do you do since men and women get married and sometimes they're close to the same age? And one of them is more mature than the other one. And you have to communicate. What do you do then? Say one person has a problem with comprehension and understanding what's going on or how to work things out. How do you work out that if you're the more mature one and know how to do it? How do you help, say, me understand what you're saying without talking over me?
Well, first of all, I'm going to be patient. I have to recognize that, okay, maybe there are going to be learning curves, learning differences between people because we're individuals and we're all unique. So I'm going to understand something up here, but maybe you understand it up here. So maybe I know a little bit about the subject and you know more about the subject. That no matter what you're talking about, that's always going to be the case on something.
True.
So there's patience. There's remembering, Jesus is patience in itself.
Patience, yes.
And I'm going to remember how patient he is with me, how loving he is with me. And then I'm going to prepare myself mentally to say that whatever I need to do to help my partner understand, that's what I'm going to do to the best of my ability. So that's the first thing, going into the conversation with patience. And then using the actual tools we talked about. So I talk about setting boundaries and having the rules of communication. Actually writing down rules. There would be no yelling. We're not going to raise our voices.
Agree on that. If you don't understand something, just say it.
Right.
And then I will be able to explain it to you.
Right.
And so I'm not that I'm treating you like a baby or treating like you're young. It's just so we can be on the same page.
Right. Just with those understandings going into the conversation is going to make the conversation easier.
Yeah, and don't say that that's because I'm treating you like a baby, because that could be viewed as demeaning.
A trigger. Yeah.
So
you can say, I'm not mansplaining, or I'm not,
or female splaining.
I'm trying to be what's the word? I've tried to explain as much as possible so that you and I are on the same page.
Because communication has to have education to go along with it.
Yeah.
Because you can communicate all you want, but if the person doesn't understand you,
it's just nowhere.
It's a lot of words just going into the wind.
A lot of words.
Too many words. I'm talking a lot. I don't have time for that.
So you have to foster open and honest communication with your spouse, with your partner. Share your feelings. Share your concerns.
I'm sharing my concerns, and I don't want to talk over you when you're talking.
Yes.
So one of the things that I learned this week, because you always have to learn, is with our group that we have, the Strong Marriage Group, you have different ages. So different ages are going to do different things, and will understand different things, and will have to communicate differently. So where us at an older age may want to sit down and talk a little bit more or spend time talking about it. When they're younger, they just want the answers.
Oh, yeah, you have to slow down because there is, I was going to say there's no book on relationships, but actually it is. It's the Bible, and it gives you the principles, but then you have to learn how to apply that principle to your life. And that takes time because people are different.
Mm-hmm.
So
don't look up on YouTube a bunch of different videos that could mislead you into understanding what things is just because it's the end thing to do with quick answers. Mm-hmm. The answer may take a little bit more time than a quick answer. It actually may take an hour to understand. And it's not just watching a video. You may actually have to read something or hear something.
Like Marriage 101, The Basics of Sexy.
Yeah, because faith comes by hearing, and hearing comes by
the Word of God.
Right. And if you don't have the Word of God, it's what you're reading. Whatever you read, whatever you put into your mind is the faith that you're going to have, and it's going to build upon that. So put good things into your mind, and understand that it's not going to be like immediate for your marriage to get better or your relationship to get better. It's going to take a little bit of time.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that's going to take time. You're just getting married. Just imagine your marriage is a baby. He hasn't even learned to crawl yet, hasn't learned to walk yet. You have to have time for that baby to grow, to get to a certain age where, and your marriage is the same way. It has to take time to grow and get to a certain age where it can walk on its own.
Oh, that's good. I hope y'all wrote that down. Your marriage is a baby.
We got a video on
it. Right here. So each of you want to encourage each other to, have those conversations.
Yeah.
It's awkward at first. It is. We're not going to lie. It is awkward. It's weird. It feels uncomfortable.
And be easy with it. Don't give too much at one time. Mm-hmm. Don't open the water hose.
Yeah, open the faucet. Don't open the faucet all the way.
Faucet, yeah, because then
just gradually.
It's like you have a bowl. You take a faucet and you turn on a little bit to wash the bowl out.
Yeah.
Don't turn it on full and the water go all over the place.
Right.
You got to turn it on just a little, a little bit in there so you can get the water in there. The same thing with your relationship.
Yeah.
Going. Don't throw everything at the person. Just go a little bit at a time.
Don't throw everything. They don't want everything.
They don't want everything.
They don't want everything.
It's too much. It's too much. Overstimulated. Can't do it.
So if you're like, what do they mean? Marriage 101, The Basics of Sexy. I'm going to put the link to the book in the comments, and that will narrow that down for you. That will get you the details to walk this through.
Yes.
But the first way for you not to see your spouse as your enemy is by having effective communication.
Mm-hmm.
There has to be dialogue where both of you are on the same page. You're on the same page about loving one another and getting married. You have to stay on the same page and staying on the same goals, same values, same hobbies and other things in life.
But that's what they call being equally yoked. Yes. When you hear that in the Bible, you hear a preacher say, "Oh, not equally yoked." That means you have the same things in common with the same goals.
I like the old man voice, y'all. Not equally yoked.
The burdens and Malachi.
You're compatible. And I like the way Pastor Fred Price and Lady Angel said it. Mm-hmm. There's pillars in marriage, and one of those is friendship. And that's basically your compatibility. Mm-hmm. Do you like being with one another?
Yes.
Can you be with each other all day and still enjoy each other's company? Mm-hmm. Do you value that friendship, that relationship? So that's great. So do not see your spouse as the enemy. And what's going to help you with that is, number one, effective communication. Mm-hmm. Number two, empathy. You have to keep your heart open. Both of you have to keep your heart open. Both of you have to help one another understand by walking a mile in each other's shoes.
So let me read this definition if I could. So empathy and sympathy are both ways we respond to suffering of people around us. Mm-hmm. But there's a crucial difference. Yes. Sympathy is acknowledging someone else's pain. Right. But empathy is choosing to feel the pain with them. Ooh. Sympathy says, I care about you. And empathy says, I'm hurting with you. So if somebody has a hole and they're stuck down in the hole, the difference is if the person is empathizing with them, You actually crawl down in that hole with them,
Right.
and you're empathizing with them. If you sympathize, oh man, I'm so sorry you're down in that hole.
Oh man, I'm looking down on you.
So when you communicate and you're doing this with your relationship, know where your empathy starts and has to end, because you also don't want to enable that person.
Oh, that's good. That's good. The goal is for you to try and understand your spouse's perspective, feelings, and motivations. This is going to help you to eliminate assumptions. Yeah, you don't want to assume the worst. The Bible says love thinks the best. So you're going to think the best of your spouse. You're going to give your spouse automatically the benefit of the doubt. And then you're going to go a step further. Like you said, you're going to get into that hole with your spouse so that you're feeling what they're feeling. Because guess what? You're one.
Right.
If one is hurt, the other's hurt.
But don't feel sorry.
Right.
Because sorry is not what you have to feel.
You got to feel exactly what they're feeling the pain.
And then still be able to get out of the hole and help the person out of the hole.
Right. Because the Bible says two are better than one.
For
if one falls, he has someone to pick him up.
Yes, not lay there next to him.
So that was number 2. Number 1, effective communication. Number 2, empathy. Empathy is very important.
Yes.
Number 3, conflict reconciliation.
Oh, I thought resolution is reconciliation.
Reconciliation. Because remember, we're going to keep talking about this because, people always think conflict resolution. And that sounds great. And you think, yes, I want to resolve it. But we're 2 unique individuals. Everything cannot be solved.
Yeah, and
we're not God.
No, and we grew up 2 totally different people. And when you first get married, you're going to have 2 different ways to solve the same answer, same question. Just like in math class, they said, and we're not talking Terrence Howard and 1 and 1 is 17. No, we're talking about you learn the same answer, but you have different ways of getting to that answer. And you have to be able to show that work. So one of the tools or the toolkit that you would use for this would be a conflict resolution handbook. It's right there. Resolution handbook, which means a step-by-step methods for resolving the conflicts and managing difficult conversations that you work on together.
We're going to change those words because we're used to saying resolving. But we can't resolve everything because we're not God. But we can reconcile, and that's our job.
Yes, but if you have a handbook as a team that you both have, this is what we're going to go by. This here is what we agreed on. This is, you're outside. Let's stay within this. Stay in there. Yes.
So yes, you need to have skills that together both of you can use, so that you're not blaming one another, you're not pointing fingers, and you're making sure that you're using I statements. This is one of the tools. I feel this way when this happens. That way, my husband can get into the spot of, okay,
well, I hear.
Let me understand what's going on with you. So immediately when I say I feel, he perks up to say, okay, what are we feeling? What's going on? So, what do we need to reconcile?
So when I did this, it made you feel this.
Yeah. When I felt this way when this happened.
Right.
So you're going to, kind of 1 and 2 are reconciliation skills.
Yes.
But yes, the point we want to drive home is reconciling. The Bible talks about that we have a ministry of reconciliation. We are bringing people to Christ. We are bringing our spouse to ourselves, bringing our spouse to Christ. And remember, we talked about your relationship is like this. And when something happens, there's a little rift there, and it looks small, but the longer you wait to address it, it just gets bigger and bigger. And then next thing you know, you're wondering, hey, why are we in divorce court? It's because you didn't reconcile after that disagreement.
Reconcile.
You have to reconcile. Number 4. Respect.
Respect. RESPECT.
Sing that song. Okay. respect. You have to respect one another.
Respect.
And that seems like, of course.
Respect yourself.
Respect yourself.
Respect yourself.
And you know why you can say that? Because again, you and your spouse are one.
Mm-hmm.
So if you disrespect your spouse, you disrespect yourself.
That's correct.
If you do something wrong to your spouse, you're doing it to yourself.
A lot of times you have low self-esteem and you don't respect yourself, you're going to disrespect the person you're with.
Exactly.
Because that low self-esteem now goes to that person.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we watch the people on TV, on YouTube all the time.
The
people on TV. And, she has a low self-respect or low self-confidence of herself. Mm-hmm. And she'll a lot of times try to push it off on her husband. Mm-hmm. And, but he has to try to remind her, hey, I'm not going to leave. I'm here. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be this for you no matter what you do.
Right.
Because he has to show her, this is the respect that I have for you. Mm-hmm. So now you can have respect for yourself.
Ooh, amen. That was a sermon, y'all. Mm. Yeah, that was an entire example of Jesus, actually, because if we're honest about it, saints, because most of us in Strong Marriage are Christians, we mm-hmm. serve Jesus Christ, and that is our foundation. Jesus requires us to be a certain way, loving, kind, gentle. Mm. And that's irrespective of the way someone else is treating you. Mm-hmm. A lot of times when I am coaching wives, they're like, why do I have to apologize first? And why do I have to do this first? And why? Because you know better. Mm. Because you're the first one to recognize the problem. Therefore,
that's it.
You need to reconcile.
Yeah. Just like if a man came and asked me and it's like, well, you know it and you recognize it, you go forth and do it.
You go forth and do it.
Take it. If you see something on the ground, don't step over it.
Pick it up.
I don't need you to come here and complain that such and such did not pick it up.
You pick it up.
And then we'll discuss it.
Right.
But take care of it.
Take care of it. Because it's taking care of you.
Yes. Don't talk about it.
Right. Be about it. Hey. So maintain a respectful attitude towards your spouse, even during disagreements and difficult times. Because let's face it, you are going to face difficult times. We live in a sin-filled environment.
Yes.
And we are, we're battling our own flesh. Mm-hmm. So there are going to be times where you have difficult seasons, difficult circumstances. Mm-hmm. Things are going to come up. So treat your spouse with kindness, courtesy, and consideration.
Yes.
Kindness, courtesy, and consideration.
Yes.
That should be part of your rules of communication. Mm. Respect.
That goes into the book.
Yes.
The book. Yes.
Marriage 101, the basics of sexy.
Yes.
Number 5, you're going to focus on the positive. Remind yourself of your spouse's positive qualities. Yes, your nerves may be irked at that one moment, but then you're going to think, hey, I
like you.
I like this person.
I like the way you make me treat you.
Make you treat. Hey,
treat yourself.
Treat yourself. Okay. We're going to stay on topic.
I have ideas.
We have ideas for later on.
Yeah.
We're focusing on the positive.
We're done? Okay.
Focusing on the positive.
Quit touching me. Stop touching me. Ooh, rubber sweat.
Right? Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
Okay. Sorry, Strong Marriage. Wow. Okay. Our
Focus
children are here. Yeah.
Focus on the positive.
Focus on the positive and not gross your children out.
Yes. Remind yourself of your spouse's positive qualities. Mm-hmm. You just have to think of those things which make you happy.
Yeah. And I keep thinking about something else. And
we talked about like traveling, going to see movies, talking to each other. Mm-hmm. It is hot up in here. We turn the air off.
When the parents both get excited at the same time. Okay, so speak what you want, not what you see.
Always.
You have what you say. There's power in your words. So if you are constantly complaining, which let me tell you, God does not like.
Tongue is like a rudder.
Yes. If you are complaining and speaking the stuff that you don't want to see, you're just creating more of it. You have to speak what you want to see.
I said tongue is like a rudder, and I'm sure some people out there won't know the rudder. Tongue is like a steering wheel.
Yes.
Whichever way you turn it is where the car is going to go.
Yeah. So you can turn to negative or you can turn to positive.
Yes.
So, but just remind yourself, why did you marry that person? What things drew you to that person to say, yes, I do? Those are the things you think on, that focus on the positive.
Right.
Teamwork. Number 6, teamwork.
Yeah.
You're going to approach challenges and obstacles together. So if you think about it's us against the world.
Yes.
So when something comes, whether it's,
Finances,
either one of you.
It's your storm that you're going to be in. It's the storm. When the storm comes, don't focus on the storm. Focus on the destination.
That's good.
Because the storm will pass. The storm will pass.
The storm will pass.
Just like when you're driving through a storm, you can stop and wait. I think Pastor James was talking about that.
Yeah.
You can stop and wait, or I can keep going and go through the storm and be out a whole lot quicker.
Yes.
Don't just sit there.
Don't sit there.
Keep action going.
Keep it going.
When Peter was walking on the water and he had his eyes focused on Jesus, he walked. He was fine. But then he started seeing the wind and the rain around him.
And then what happened?
All the troubles. And then he started focusing on the troubles. And then he started sinking.
Yes.
He didn't sink. He started sinking.
Jesus still had him.
But then Jesus talked to him and focused him back on him and brought him back up to where he's supposed to be. So focus on
teamwork. The positive.
The positive.
That's another sermon. Y'all gotta write this stuff down. That's good. Okay.
Wrote a book about it.
He will. Okay. Number 7, boundaries. Okay. Establish healthy boundaries to protect your individual needs and maintain mutual respect. So this is still coming along with the effective communication and creating those rules of engagement, the way you talk to each other.
If you need time alone.
Yeah.
Talk to each other about it. I need to get 30 minutes. I need to get an hour. I need a little bit of time. I'm going to schedule some time to go out and shoot golf or shoot at the range, go play golf, go to the club. Thank you. We still have 4 minutes.
Oh, wow.
So we have time. What? No. Focus the time that you have in order to be able to go do the things.
We're struggling today, y'all. We need to get off early. Okay. Boundaries. Simply say that you need to, 2 hours alone to recharge.
Yeah, but you do need to, you need to refocus and recharge yourself every time and talk to each other about it. That should be part of your toolkit, your book that you have about, hey, this is what I need. And it changes.
Yeah.
It's going to change every 6 months, every year, but you go back, revisit it. Hey, what do you think about this? Should we add something to this? And then what you do, you have this whole thing that you do during your marriage. You hand it off to your kids.
Oh,
when you get married.
That is great.
So then in their wedding present, you give them that book of all the stuff that you did that you got to learn.
Right.
And then they'll have the same book that they can have and they can have a resource, and go back and look on and then follow the same thing.
I love that. That's awesome. Did y'all write that down? Okay. Number 8.
I'll write a book about it.
Okay. Number 8, seek support. So give yourself a hand clap or a pat on the back if you are here today. Whether you're live with us or whether you're watching the replay, you are seeking support. This is where you get support to learn new strategies. Support also comes in the form of a book, like Marriage 101, The Basics of Sexy. And support also is in private coaching, whether it's one-on-one or in a group. Support also comes in marriage retreats. One of my friends are hosting a marriage retreat. First Comes Love marriage retreat this October. Yeah. So if you would like to get information on that, I'll see if I can put something in the comments as well. But marriage retreats, marriage counseling.
Really wanted to get that boat trip with Fiotis and his wife, and that would have been a wonderful thing.
The strong marriage cruise.
But we will have a strong marriage cruise next year. We will plan it out, and we will get at least 30 couples on this boat, and we will take off, and we'll have a great time.
Yeah, and have some teaching, and fun.
Yes.
Teaching and fun. Oh, hey, IBG Publications. What's up, girl? Nice to have you live with us. Okay, so let's recap
Mm-hmm.
how to stay out of the trap of seeing your spouse as the enemy.
Communication is number
Effective
one.
communication.
Empathy is number two.
Number 3 is
Conflict
reconciliation skills. Number 4, respect.
Respect yourself.
Number 5,
Focus on the positives.
Number 6,
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Hey. Number 7,
Boundaries.
And number 8, seek support. Yes, by implementing these strategies, you can cultivate a more positive and supportive dynamic in your relationship.
Yeah.
And avoid seeing your spouse as the enemy.
Yes.
Don't fall into that trap. So we want to thank you for joining us today. Thank you for watching the replay.
Mm-hmm.
And we are
Coach Chris Tenisha
and Coach Tenisha here reminding you that you really can have the marriage of your dreams.
You can.
You just have to build it.
Now go take on the day.
Bye.
Yay.
When you click the wrong button.